Mula stared out from his Moscow apartment window, the snow-covered cityscape a stark contrast to the warmth of the life he'd left behind. The frigid air of Moscow was both a shield and a prison. He'd come here to escape his past, a life of crime and danger in Chicago, but as he watched the snowflakes dance and the streetlights glow, he knew that running had only led him to a different kind of cage. Malik Mula Jackson had been a kingpin in Chicago, respected and feared in equal measure. But after a botched deal that ended in the death of his closest friend, Rahim, and a harrowing escape from the clutches of rival gangs, Mula sought solace in Moscow, a city where he believed he could disappear and reinvent himself. He had taken up a new life working in a tech startup, but the scars of his past had never truly healed. It began with a simple message left on his doorstep, a white envelope with no return address but bearing a crimson wax seal. Inside was a single sheet of paper, the message written in flawless Russian. "Your past never forgets." "Neither do we." Mula's heart sank. The Bratva, the notorious Russian mafia, was not known for idle threats. He had hoped to leave his past behind, but it seemed someone had tracked him down. The note was signed with a name that sent chills down his spine. Kostya. Kostya was a rising star in the Bratva, known for his ruthless efficiency and a personal vendetta against anyone who crossed him. Mula knew he had to act quickly. He couldn't afford to be dragged back into the criminal underworld. He needed answers, and he needed them fast. Late that night, Mula found himself in a dimly lit cafe, hidden away in the labyrinthine alleys of Moscow. A shadowy figure sat alone in the corner, nursing a drink. Mula approached with caution. The figure looked up. Vera, a former contact from his days in Chicago who had been a bridge to the Bratva's underbelly. "Mula," Vera greeted, her eyes sharp. "I didn't think I'd see you here." Kostya's reputation precedes him. "What's happened?" Mula quickly explained the note and his fears. Vera listened intently, then leaned forward. "Kostya is not just after you. He's been given a task by a rival faction to eliminate you. They think you have something of theirs, something they want back." "What could they want?" Mula asked, confused. Vera's eyes narrowed. "A ledger. An old business ledger that contains information on millions of hidden assets. It's not just about you, it's about power." Determined to clear his name and safeguard his new life, Mula embarked on a dangerous mission to find the ledger before Kostya did. His search took him through the underbelly of Moscow back alleys, secret meetings, and shadowy encounters with people who knew more about his past than he was comfortable with. During his quest, Mula uncovered an unexpected truth. The ledger was not just a record of hidden money. It contained evidence of an elaborate scheme to manipulate and control the criminal underworld, a scheme that had far-reaching consequences beyond his personal vendetta. As Mula delved deeper, he discovered that the ledger also contained crucial information about Rahim. Rahim had not been killed in the ambush. Instead, he had faked his death to escape a life of crime, only to become ensnared in the Bratva's ruthless machinations. Rahim had been working to dismantle the very network that was now targeting Mula. The night of the showdown came with the same biting cold that had greeted Mula when he first arrived in Moscow. Mula had tracked Kostya to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city, a fitting stage for the final act of this high-stakes drama. Inside the warehouse, Mula faced off against Kostya. The Bratva lieutenant, flanked by armed men, was a formidable presence. Mula, holding the ledger close, prepared for a confrontation that he knew would determine his fate. Just as Kostya was about to seize the ledger, a surprising figure emerged from the shadows: Rahim. The two former friends stared at each other, a mix of anger and relief in their eyes. "Rahim, I thought you were dead," Mula exclaimed, his voice cracking with emotion. Rahim stepped forward, his face etched with both regret and resolve. "I'm sorry, Mula. I had to disappear, but I've been trying to stop this madness, and now you're in the middle of it." Rahim revealed that he had been working against the Bratva from within, trying to bring down their criminal empire. He had faked his death to protect himself and to work undercover. The ledger contained not only evidence of Bratva corruption, but also a plan to expose them to the world. In a dramatic turn of events, Mula and Rahim joined forces. They fought together, overcoming Kostya's men and ultimately confronting the Bratva leader. The battle was intense, but their combined strength proved formidable. In the end, Kostya was captured, and the ledger was safely in their hands. With Kostya and the Bratva schemes exposed, Mula and Rahim faced a new dawn. The ledger's revelations led to a massive investigation, bringing down a major criminal network and restoring justice. Rahim, no longer hiding, became an informant, working to dismantle the remnants of the Bratva's influence. Mula's life changed in ways he never expected. With the criminal threats behind him, he chose a new path, one of redemption and rebuilding. He used his knowledge and skills to help others, working with organizations dedicated to fighting crime and corruption. His past was never erased, but it became a source of strength rather than a shadow. Mula became a symbol of transformation, showing that even those with the darkest pasts could find a way to make amends and build something positive. Rahim and Mula rekindled their friendship, using their experiences to mentor young people, guiding them away from the paths they had once walked. Their story became one of resilience and hope, a testament to the power of redemption. As Mula stood once more at the edge of a rooftop, this time in daylight, he looked out over Moscow with a sense of peace. The city was still cold, but it no longer felt like a prison. Instead, it was a place of new beginnings and endless possibilities. In the end, Mula had found more than escape. He had found a purpose. And in the icy winds of Moscow, he had discovered that true freedom comes not from running away but from confronting your past and forging a new path forward. Thanks for watching, everyone. Mula's journey from the gritty streets of Chicago to the icy expanse of Moscow is a powerful reminder that our pasts don't have to define us. Redemption is always within reach, and it's never too late to turn your life around. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more inspiring and thrilling content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And remember, no matter where you're coming from, your future is yours to shape. Until next time, stay tuned and stay inspired.